Joe from ShopTo, and this is ShopTo Gaming Show, episode 16. 16.
Woo!
And Dan's here, yeah. I forgot to mention you there, didn't I?
Oh, so rude, isn't it?
You can see he's here if you're watching YouTube, though. I don't even need to say anything. You can just see him. See, he's watching YouTube, then you can see our faces. Or, no, I'm not too bad when it comes to being shaven today. I'm kind of half and half.
I'll say fresh from the gym, but I'm quite stinky from the gym, so yeah, lovely. No smelly vision here.
I had a shower, man. You have a shower before you do the gaming show.
No. Why?
I don't suppose you do. Us gamers are all stinky anyway.
Yeah, we are.
Stinky, unshaven. That's a stereotype. Not everyone's like that. Just put that wee disclaimer in there. Okay, do you know what time it is?
News time.
It's time for the gaming news. Yay! You hate when I do that accent, don't you?
It's embarrassing. It's like one of those dad things, you know. It's like dancing really badly.
Good dad dancing. Stop it. I'm a good dancer, but I'm not having that. Right, anyway. Okay, some breaking news. Rocket League's coming to retail. Yeah. So there we go.
Oh, right. Cool.
It's sold around 10 million units, I think, on PlayStation and PC alone. So,
it's got released on the Xbox One, did it not last week?
yeah, and it's just been released on Xbox One, so it's already doing pretty well. So they've obviously thought to themselves, yeah, well, let's get it out there and get some more sales.
It's just interesting. I wonder why they decided to go retail. I mean, is there any benefit for retail at this point now? I mean, putting all that money into physical copies. I mean, you've got to be online to play the game anyway.
Well, they must be quite. What's the word? Confident that it will sell at retail. I mean, you think about it, Minecraft kind of came out on digital first, didn't it? And then it came to retail.
That is true. That is true.
I think
it
there's
still
a
sells
few
loads,
more.
yeah.
I think there's a few more indie titles that have came to retail as well. So I think it's probably a decent move because there's probably people out there who want to play it but just don't really want to get it digitally.
I suppose also having a physical space on the shop or digitally, like with ShopTo, you can actually see the item when you're going through, looking at shopping and stuff, and you think, oh, you know what, I heard this game, I'm going to buy this, rather than, unfortunately, PlayStation Store's not so bad, but the Xbox Store can be a bit of a minefield when you're sort of trying to find a game to buy, so it kind of makes sense in that way, yeah.
So like you say, people might see it and buy it, and apparently they're going to try and make the retail release special. There's no price, there's no publisher yet that they've announced, so that's all coming soon, but I just thought I'd mention that because I thought it was quite
I'll actually play it one day then.
Okay, let's do our bits of news.
Hitman Beta is open to PlayStation Plus members.
Yeah, that's on March 4th, I believe. That's quite good. If you've got PlayStation Plus, you can just jump in the beta again. It's the same beta, I think, but it's quite nice to revisit it before it comes out.
Have you touched on the beta? Have you played the beta yourself?
What's that?
You played the beta yourself?
Wait there, we've got dogs joining in the podcast.
They want to hear.
Silly dogs. Never mind.
So yeah, sorry, the Hitman. Did you play the beta yourself?
The beta. The beta. I did. Yes, I did. Took me a while to focus there. Focus. I was in Hitman mode, obviously. Just kind of in the focus. Yeah, I did actually. It's quite good. You start off kind of in this situation where you're in a shipyard or something, and then you need to eliminate this target. So you go and eliminate him. By what I did in the very first time round was I found this little room with this guy who was sort of shipping uniform on, so like a worker, a high vis. So I kind of conked him out and stole his high vis and sneaked onto the ship. But sometimes if you're wearing a high vis, the other characters who are about, who are also wearing high vis, might get a bit suspicious of you.
Wow.
So you'll then need to either avoid them or then go and just go and find somebody else to knock out. Like I've knocked out a ship's crewman and I changed into his clothes. So yeah, and eventually figured out how to assassinate the guy by sneaking in the room and getting him while nobody was there.
It's a good beta to start with. I mean, it's showing you there's going to be quite a fun game in there.
Yeah, and after that bit, right, it then says, right, go back and try different ways of doing it now.
That's what I remember.
It'll give you like some same text or whatever. So I went in there, and then because I knew what room he would go in, I went up into that room, jumped in, put the explosives on his desk, waited till he went in, and boom.
There you go. Well, that's a nice idea. I mean, it gives you lots of different options to play the game.
And I tried the other way where I just grabbed a gun and tried to shoot everybody, but that didn't work.
That's always been my tactic in Hitman games. I think you try. You can spend like half hours slowly building up to get to that vital moment where you can shoot someone, and it all falls apart. So in the end, get a gun, it's charging, and that seems to get me through the game.
But it seems decent enough, so yeah, keep an eye on that one.
I look forward to that one. Yeah,
could be
good.
Next, Pokemon Direct this Friday. That's tomorrow, as we're recording on Thursday. So if it's past Friday when you're listening to this, then you've missed it. And we'll probably talk about it in next week's show.
The Wii U store and all that stuff. I mean, any ideas what's going to be talking about here other than Pokemon?
Well, it's going to be the Pokemon Wii U game, I would think, and the 3DS games, and also you would hope that there'll be some sort of new announcement for Pokemon. But it's not going to be an X because they've not announced an X yet. So
not yet.
Unless they say, there is a game in development, but we can't tell you about it or something. So
and it'll be released in about 2 years' time. It's typical Nintendo stuff.
So it's all kind of speculation as to what that could be, but it's just going to be centered around Pokemon. So yeah, there's bound to be some sort of announcements.
There you go. There's a little bit of Nintendo news for a change, at least.
Yay! Far Cry Prime, we've got a day one patch and it added an expert mode.
Cracky.
So I was around thing. I think it's quite nice the way it is. I wouldn't say it's really difficult now, and I wouldn't say it's really easy. I would say it was just that nice sort of level.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, of difficulty. That's not
pop in and start playing it, have
hard.
a good challenge, but not too much. Yeah. Some games sometimes can be dialed a bit too high, and you kind of just puts you off the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, so just sit back and enjoy sort of thing,
cool.
Which suits me. So I'm quite happy with that. But I'm not playing the expert mode. So there you go.
Well, I might give it a go. I think I might get a copy of that soon, so I might give that a go actually.
Yeah. So the Xbox Live games for Gold for March were announced.
Now these are surprisingly good games.
Yes, actually, I was thinking the same.
They've really shown PlayStation this month. Sorry.
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes: Crime Punishment and Lord Had Fallen. So they're the two Xbox One games. That's not a bad choice there. And also on the Xbox 360, Supreme Commander 2 and Borderlands. But obviously you can play them on Xbox One as well. Yeah. So yeah, it's not bad. I mean,
so I think I may have played Supreme Commander, but certainly the other three games are well worth your time.
Yeah.
Obviously you're already going to be a member if you're an Xbox player, but these are definitely worth throwing onto your hard drive and having a go at some point.
Yeah, and then Sony, I don't know if I put this in my list because I made the list yesterday, but Sony's also announced the PlayStation Plus games for March as well, which I'm doing this from memory until I find the story, but Super Stardust HD is in there. Is it Galacta X or something? Right there. Let me just, I can't, it's something like that.
Galaga X?
Galaga. G-A-L-A-K.
Oh, right, not even close. What is that?
Galaxy or something. Maybe it's meant to be Galaxy, but Galaxy.
Yeah, I don't know. What's that game? Any idea?
I don't know. I've never played it, but
what about Galaxy? Yeah,
I know a lot of people say it's quite a good game, but I've never played it, so that's why I can't even say it. I can't even say it. I think I've played it. And
okay, so a game most of us would have played before, and a game we've not heard of, so that's not too hot, is it? What else they got?
We've not heard of it, but I think a lot of people have, so there we go. There's the Broforce, which was the winner of the vote to play, where they had the games. So that was always going to be once at one. So Broforce and Galaxy. I'm probably saying that wrong, and there'll be people.
Yeah, I think Galaxy makes more sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's going to be people in comments going, "What are you talking about? You never heard of this indie game?" No.
Yeah, those Americans going to email you, aren't they?
I don't care about that game, really. I'm afraid. I watched the trailer
I think
of
this month Xbox have had is a lot stronger. For
Yeah.
sort of
Oh, should also mention the last guy on PS3 and Flame Over and Reality Fighters and PS4. Oh, sorry, PS Vita. So that's another few games, and obviously you've got the Hitman Beta as well for
That's not
PlayStation
bad.
Plus. So it's not.
Okay.
It's not. And Super Stardust HD is just amazing, is it not? That's a brilliant game.
It's a great game, but I would have thought most people have played it by now.
Yeah, that's what I said yesterday. I said, but this Galaxy, I was looking at I keep calling it all different names. Galaxy. This Galaxy game does get. Oh, it's alright. I've got a trailer on the website. It's kind of like a sort of top-down shootery game, space shooter type
I would
game.
guess that just one title, really, but yeah.
Yeah, you would guess that for the title, wouldn't you? But yeah, I'd say it depends what games you like, but Xbox seems to swing it, doesn't it?
When we stay on the PlayStation stuff, obviously Capcom with their exclusive Street Fighter, they're making a few tweaks and things like that, aren't they? I think matchmaking and battle lounge issues are going to be fixed hopefully soon.
Yeah.
I mean, have you had any issues when I know you said the lobby was quite empty when you were playing it, but I mean, have you experienced any other problems with the game?
No, not particularly, but I'm not a pure mega Street Fighter fan, so I'm never going to pure spot all the intricate little things that they're going, oh, that's not right. I
mean, there's definitely two levels of players for Street Fighter. There's the casual, the players like myself and you who really enjoy it. Yeah. And there's another level which is where they learn each move by the frame. To know exactly the best time to put it off with. That is some deep gaming there, but way beyond me.
Exactly. So I mean, it's the main problem for me was the fact that a few of the features was missing, and the fact that it's quite hard to find someone online. But so if they fix that, I'll be happy. So there we go. Also, Sony's hosting a PlayStation VR event next month, so that means we might finally hear the date and price of the
price would be interesting. What are you reckoning so far then? Right. I've heard rumours of $500.
I had a wee game here that we could play, guess the price and the release date. So my guess for the price is $399, and I reckon the release date will be June 30 or round about June 30. I don't know what day June 30 is, but I'm just thinking end of June.
Yeah.
With a price of $399, that's what I'm going for. I'm confident with that.
I agree with the date. Price wise, it'd probably be about $450.
Yeah, so we're round about an agreement. I also think No Man's Sky will launch day and date with the VR.
Part of me really hopes it does, but another part of me is like, that's going to be such an expensive game to want to play.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be VR, and I'm sure it's going to launch with it. I mean, they need something big to say, right, here it comes, and this is what you're getting with it. And if it's No Man's Sky, I just think people go wild for that.
Do you feel, considering if it does come out this year, we've not really heard much about games coming out, have we? I mean, that's quite a big gamble there, having no real mention of what titles are coming out for the VR.
No, I see.
And releasing the console at the same time, I was like, well, what are we going to play on it? That's a big worry to me. In the past, you used to get a lot of up-and-coming games, and this is when the console comes out. Now it's like, here's a console, you'd probably play a game on it if you're lucky for the first month, and then maybe later on we'll get some more.
Oh, I'm sure there's games in development. I mean, there's a lot of games like from third parties in development, like Eve Valkyrie and the Job Simulator and stuff like that. Sony's no doubt got some. I mean, they have the Heist demo, which is where you sort of robber in the heist. I've not played it myself. There's the Kitchen one, which is like a tech demo, but who knows if that's coming out as a full game as well. And then
could it be a VR game where I can sit down and play the PlayStation 4 in VR?
Yeah, that'd be funny. I'm sure. I mean, they've got games in development for sure, and they've got a VR mode coming out for Drive Club as well. So there is stuff there, but it's just a case of how much more there's going to be. But I'm sure we'll find that out at some point. Okay.
Right, you've got this game coming out here. You've got Yokai Watch.
See, more Nintendo news.
What is it? I don't know what that is. What is it?
It's a. You don't know what it is? It's got one of the most popular games in Japan. It's absolutely.
Whoops.
It's from Platinum Games, I think, or is it level 5? No, it's level 5, and it's just huge. It's massive. I think it's sold. It's a bit. You kind of. I don't know a lot about the game, but I know you kind of play as a character who's got this powerful yokai watch, and then he sort of befriends the yokai, which is sort of little charming, funny, little outrageous characters that can be found everywhere. So it's kind of Pokemon-esque, I guess.
Okay.
And you just kind of use the watch to befriend these little characters so they can help you out along the way. But it's
like Wii U or 3DS, you think?
That's 3DS. It's just been out in Japan forever. I don't know how many it's sold. I think it's sold a lot though. I mean, let's have a look. I don't know. I was just trying to see if I could see quickly how many.
Games like that very rarely translate well over here though. That's the problem. I think it's Pokemon's kind of the one.
I mean, looking here, it's like millions and millions. It's sold 6 million copies. Like, this is way back, man.
Yeah, okay.
More than 6 million copies of the original sold. So I think it's like, I'm not sure how many versions there are of it now, but
I've got to look up on that. I haven't been up on that one. I've not heard of it, to be honest, so we'll have a look in that.
I think a lot of people have been looking forward to coming over here, but
cool. Okay.
We'll see. Insurgency Sandstorm. Insurgency Sandstorm is coming to consoles and PC next year. This is like Insurgency is like a PC game that I don't know a lot about, and basically this is just the console version. So that's coming out next year. I don't think there was a trailer from what I remember, so it's a bit hard to know what it's about. But I think it's a shooter, first person shooter. So it's a new game. It's coming, so can't complain. It says here it's built from the ground up in Unreal Engine 4 and includes the same tactical combat found in the PC game alongside a new story mode set in the Middle East. So there we go. So that's coming. What's next? What else got?
Fallout 4, more patch news. Actually, Fallout 4 is getting some patches to improve settlements. I've not played the game yet, so I couldn't tell you if that's a necessary requirement. But also, Gears of War is also getting some patches as well. The Ultimate Edition is getting a few touch-ups.
Yeah, and
I think they're changing the bits and pieces on the matchmaking, I believe. Something to do with the boom shot. I remember reading about. They're changing that.
Yeah, Battlefront as well is getting patched.
And Battlefront, yes, but that's also getting some content as well, isn't it?
Although actually Battlefront's been patched. It's just by the time we wrote and used it was being patched, but now that patch is actually out and.
I'll give that a go tonight to see what's going on there, because I've been playing other games in the meantime, so it'd be interesting to see what changes.
Actually, another bit of news I wrote today is that they're teasing the new output, the new sort of DLC. Can't remember what it's called now. Let me have a quick look. What was it called again? Outer Rim. It's called this DLC.
Is this the free one or the paid one?
This is the one, the DLC that's part of the season pass.
Right, so the paid DLC, yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're releasing a lot of freebies, aren't they, as well, I believe.
Yeah.
I remember reading it. Yeah, which is great idea.
Stay in the middle of your camera, because otherwise people will see half your face.
Not bad. My good side, at least. Yeah.
Yeah, at least show them your good side. So anyway, yeah. Wait there, take a step back a minute, because I think I was going to say something else. Fallout. Oh, I know. I was just going to have a quick chat about Fallout. Wait there, Homer's fell down. Stay there, Homer. Right, yeah, Fallout, because obviously they've said that the season pass is going at half price or whatever at the moment, and then it's gone up in price in 1st of March, is it? So, what do you think? We might have talked about that last week. I'm not
We spoke about it last week. They're because of the amount of stuff they're releasing, they're going to keep the price fixed as it is for now until the end of the month, and then I think they're essentially doubling it, aren't they? I think.
Do you have Fallout?
Nope. But I'm tempted to buy the DLC just because I know I will play it.
I know. We said that last week, didn't we? The cat's back.
Cat's going crazy. I'm not quite sure what she's doing. Just
crazy cat.
Everything.
Crazy cat. Where have you been?
Having a dump, probably. It smells like it. Lovely.
We used to have a song for a cat. I can't remember what it was now. It's going from my head. I can't remember. Oh, it was a good one as well. It's a bit annoying. Right. What are we?
Open beta. I mean, there was a lot of people playing that over the weekend. I had a quick go at myself. Very impressed. The gameplay is interesting. I can see what people's beefs are about the whole fact that you dropping clips into people's heads for them to die, but it is an RPG kind of game. The graphics were a little surprising at how they didn't blow my mind, but 6.4 million people played it, so that's a good start.
Yeah, it is open beta as well, so it could be an older version. So it'd be interesting to see. And sometimes they sort of knock the sort of graphical performance down a bit in the betas just to make sure that the game performs well.
Test the load, isn't it? They don't want to give you the best version that then crashes all the time and actually might put people off. They want a stable version. Funny enough, though, I was speaking to a few people about it, and more than one person, I think a couple of people actually mentioned about motion sickness playing the game, which is really weird. I've never heard them mention it before.
No, I don't know.
You see guys that have played a lot of first-person shooters and third-person shooters, like your Gears of Wars, your Destinies, a lot. And playing this game for some reason, they're getting quite sick playing it. So I'm not quite sure what that's about.
Can't say I've experienced that at all. That's news to me. Carmageddon Max Damage is coming to PS4 and Xbox One. I don't really know a lot about Carmageddon. I remember someone showing me a mobile version on a tablet, going, "Oh, what do you think of this?" before it came out, and I was just thinking to myself, I don't think much of it.
So, I had to play the Xbox One before it's released, and I don't want to look at a game on a tablet, thanks. I think
but a lot of people like it. So one of these old franchises that a lot of people like, but it's never really.
Well, it got a lot of attention, obviously, because it encourages you to drive other people and make a mess of things, which some games are good for that.
Yeah, but
keep it on the screen, don't do it in real life.
There's nothing that really appeals to me about it, so I'm not that fussed.
I think it's a dated idea. I think that's the thing with that.
That's what I think of it. Okay, Farming Simulator will release later this year. Yes. Farming Simulator.
Has it been nearly 12 months already since the last one?
I know, and it was great. It was great.
Actually, it was what we mock, but it was fun.
I reviewed it,
I think I reviewed the PS3 version, and I think I played the Vita version a little bit as well, which is the same, to be honest.
No, it was alright. It's quite funny, I thought. Anyway, what else is next? We're running out of time.
Football.
Not running out of time. We're running out of
FIFA something, Euro something, whatever it is.
UEFA. Oh, what do you know about football?
Nothing.
Terrible. UEFA 2016, the Euros is coming to PES. Now, the only problem is not all the teams are licensed, and there's only one stadium. So it's
really
like the official game of the games, but it's kind of not really got everything in it.
Is it classic Pro Evo style where they just slightly change the names?
Yeah, well, some, but there is a lot of license, but there's some that aren't, so that's disappointing, really.
Does that affect you when you decide to play a game, though? I mean, I remember playing.
Me, yeah.
Really? Okay.
Well,
I remember playing the Pro Evo years ago. I don't know why I was buying football games, but I found that the better games between that and FIFA, even though FIFA's always had the license. I thought Pro Evo was a better game.
Yeah, PES definitely used to be the better game. It's kind of got a bit better this year. I'd say it's probably better again this year, but Rangers isn't in either of them, so I'm not very impressed.
Surely you can make your own team stuff, can't you?
Yeah, you can, but it's a bit of hassle on it. But yeah, you can. So, but it's a bit annoying. Right, here's a big one. BioShock the Collection, rated by Brazilian Classifications Board. That's BioShock 1, 2 and BioShock Infinite, BioShock Infinite as well.
Now, is this going to be on new consoles, or is this re-releasing them on the PS3 and Xbox 360?
I think that's coming to both, so it's old consoles and new.
I suppose with backwards compatibility, it's not much of an issue anymore, is it?
No, not. But I think that's great because, especially, I mean, people really love BioShock, the original, but I really love BioShock Infinite. I think that's a great game.
I've still to play Infinite. I really enjoyed the first one. The second one I found really boring. That put me off the third one, and I've not got round to it yet.
Oh, the third one's completely nothing like the other two. Yeah. It's completely different from the original two, but I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. So yeah, I'm quite impressed that's coming. So there we go. Right, it's time for Topic of the Week. TOPIC.
You've been practicing that all week, haven't you?
No, that was improvised.
You've done your week. What's week?
Improvised week. That's not bad.
That's close enough.
Topic of the week is why
Pre-ordering.
do you pre-order? Why do you pre-order?
Interesting one, isn't it? I think because
what's the point? Games
some
won't
places
run
they
out.
do great deals, don't they? When you pre-order, sometimes you get an extra bundle. It's starting to slowly creep in over here. Like Game will have a special exclusive. I know in America it's been going for years, where different shops have different exclusive bits and pieces, which must be a nightmare buying a game. But sometimes you're paying a little bit more money.
Yeah, I do think. What's the point? The games won't run out, and they often become cheaper later on, quite quickly later on sometimes. So I do think myself, what's the incentive to pre-order? So some of our users here, let's just listen to what some of our users have got to say, because there's some good points here, I guess. For instance, the first one says, I forget about releases. This is old Mario. He says he forgets about releases. Sometimes games drop in price for 10 or so minutes, and pre-order promise captures that. So he kind of gets a temporary sale almost on his pre-order.
Yeah, I know a lot of places do keep the promise of the price. So if you buy it, say, I don't know, there's a game that comes out for 30 quid, you pay for it at that price, then it goes down in price. Quite often they will match that, which I think is quite a decent thing to do. You just get in there early.
Yeah, I mean, he's saying he pre-ordered 2 games in ShopTo that were £21 each, and now they're £30. So he more or less saved £20 what he was getting anyway.
That is a good bonus there. I have struggled in the past, maybe because it's where I live with pre-ordering, that if I'm buying it physical, I get a day after release, which is really annoying. You get quite excited to go get a game, and then next thing you know, it's like nothing turns up, and then you hear everyone else loving it, and you've got to wait an extra day.
Yeah, that's annoying, but then obviously you can pre-order digitally now and get it the same day if you're really that bothered. But
then you've got to download it, and you've got to download the game. You're talking probably 50 gigs of content to download onto your hard drive.
You don't get the nice box. Right, here's another guy, Mickey Dark Angel. He said to make sure he gets it on the day rather than waiting longer for the post to arrive, and he says it saves him a long drive, and he can often find cheap deals.
That is fair. I will also say, ShopTo, though unofficial, but a lot of games do tap a little bit early from people.
Yeah, someone said that, Sam Wright. He said because ShopTo usually sent a deal, and then he laughed as if to say he was being cheeky. Marius Deshawn, or Mac Brother, he said he just likes the bonus stuff. While Connor McLaughlin, that Connor Raw 94, that was like, he says it saves time wandering around shops looking for bonus copy, and despite the controversy, he does like the pretty pre-ordered bonuses sometimes. There's quite a few people say that they do like the pre-ordered bonuses, and other people like Tim and who says he likes to get it on the release day, and he says there's no really any other benefits to pre-ordering games.
Well, I was checking out this guy here, Rami Adamisos, pre-ordered Uncharted 4 for 20 quid. That's genius. I wish I saw that one.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Obviously, I was sad not from ShopTo. Still pretty good going.
I really got that one from
Cal. Well, I can see it.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at them. Cal's once and only Tony C. They all seem to say they like it because it comes a day early. Also, the Yellow Bug, he says more so he can budget to cut out impulse buys.
Fair point. I have when I was younger in the N64 days to get myself in some bad trouble playing games all the time.
Yeah, and there's one more here, Barry Gray. He said for him it's location. He lives in a small town, works 9 to 5, doesn't drive, so doesn't always have the option to go to the shop and buy the disc.
Yeah.
So, and there's one more we may as well mention because it's good to mention. Oh, we've got 2 more, so let's just mention everybody because that's a nice thing to do. He says it's usually good to pre-order to ensure the lowest price. If price drops whilst pre-order and then rise again, you pay the lowest price. E.g. before Far Cry Primal was released, you could get it for £40, now it costs £45. It comes a week before release. What's that? If come a week before release you don't want it, you can usually cancel the pre-order. Also, it's good to pre-order your favourite game series and guarantee you get it. few times he's not pre-ordered and the game was out of stock for release day. Very rarely it goes out of stock, but it does happen.
I'm trying to think when that ever happened to me.
Oh, it does happen. It's happened.
I used to buy them on release day. I mean, yeah.
I think if it's a smaller more niche game, like that one that a lot of shops might not stock a lot of,
I get a couple of items in stock, then you might be a bit screwed when it comes to the retail version, and there's nothing sitting there for you.
Yeah.
But I mean, the good thing about pre-ordering as well, there's a lot of good search engines and a lot of good teams out there that do search for the best prices for you.
Yeah.
Obviously, ShopTo do some great deals, but if you're ever struggling, post a bargain. I always go to those guys.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people do use them.
Exactly. It's good. Right, Ed. Right, next question. Someone's Skyping me. Why does someone Skype me in the middle? I should have in my little bit in the top saying, doing a show.
Live, on air. So to say, do not disturb.
Right, what was I doing? See,
you lost yourself there.
Getting disturbed.
Subject.
Right, one more question actually from... one more opinion from Tanya, who says, I pre-ordered games because I might forget that they come out. That happens when you're self-employed, too many other things in your head. But mostly because I like to get the game a day before everyone else does. That is for me one of the main reasons, to be honest. Okay, some titles also have some tasty pre-order exclusives, but since many of the big publishers in the UK seem to only offer them through one retailer, one that I've had the worst experience with.
We won't say the name.
I will stick with my early access, then fancy bonus stuff. So there you go. So that's it. Do you have a topic?
Well, this is really what happened the other day. Not really a topic, just a massive rant about what happened with the Xbox Live the other day, which I thought was just one of the most disgusting situations I've been in for a long time.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I most of our games are proper copies, but recently I've been picking up a lot of digital stuff, and there's a problem with the Xbox Live system, and any digital game that you wanted to play that you download asks for a disc to be inserted, which to me reeks of what they promised would never happen, which is the whole DRM always online. And I was quite surprised that it's happened. I know it happened late last year with a couple of games. I think Far Cry 4 may have been one of them. And the fact that it's happened again, and it's like a whole European-wide problem, I'm just a little bit disappointed with Microsoft that this has actually occurred. I mean, how do you feel? How do other readers feel that you brought a game, you go to actually play it, and you can't? I mean, I was playing Alien Isolation at the time. Walked away for half hour, come back, couldn't get it, said please insert disc, went to all my other stuff, be it XBLA stuff, anything, just couldn't play it. And I thought, back all Microsoft.
Yeah, it's just bizarre. I didn't know if it was like some sort of glitch or something with the system. It's all okay now.
It was quite, it was okay, but you sort of, gaming time is the time for you, isn't it, really? Or if you want to play with mates, so you're quite looking forward to the hard day at work or something, you think, right, I want to play a game that I brought. And then you turn around and you can't play it. And that kind of makes me worry a little bit about the future of gaming, especially on digital stuff. They're giving us bigger hard drives to put more games on it and more options to buy and sales and things like that. But what happens in a few years if they turn around and go, I'm not going to support that anymore? All those games are going to go. And that is, for me, a bit of a sort of a light switch in my head thinking, this is not where I want to be playing games in a few years' time.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Weird.
But I think possibly... It was a glitch, but maybe because they made their system like that, when it glitched, it showed that it's still there in some way.
Yeah, the fact that this always online thing actually still exists to me is a bit of a surprise, considering the amount of grief they got when they announced it originally for the Xbox One. And I'm not a PS4 fanboy, but it doesn't happen on that console because once you've downloaded it, you can play it. I think at least once a month you have to be online just to show that you have the licenses, but otherwise you're fine.
Yeah, although if you have two consoles and PlayStation 4, and you can't. If, say, for instance, I've got a console downstairs and that's my primary console, if I then sign into my account upstairs, my account, I can't play my games because it's not my primary console.
Right,
so I would then just need to go into the console upstairs, make it the prime console, and then I could play my games.
Yeah. But that's easily fixed.
That's if PSN's offline, though. Otherwise, you can do it all the time. But
it's just because this, something happened at Microsoft that caused to basically make my console a brick for a night, and I think that was a bit disappointing. You know, I was a bit annoyed with that. I don't normally go on Twitter and have a whinge about things like that, but it's one of those moments. Come on.
Yeah, it's not very often that it goes down, is it? So it's a bit.
Well,
strange.
actually, February has been quite a bad month. Looking back on it,
Yeah,
there's been quite a few down things at Microsoft.
it's bizarre. It was down about 5 times or something. I think.
Yeah, which is quite a high average, in honesty.
Yeah, it's quite high. Okay, just questions.
Anyway, yes, give the questions. Yes,
got one. Just question this week. The rest would all regarding the opinion to do with the why pre-order. So the user question we've got, which is different from that, says, which game has the biggest impact on you story-wise, graphics, fun, a game you always come to out no matter how many times you've played it before? I think
Super Mario World.
Super Mario World.
Guarantee it every time. It looks great even now. It's a 16-bit game. They nailed it. I can play and get every star every time. I will play that all the time. I could play that happily.
I think for me, like when it says the game that made the biggest impact on you, in terms of what story, I'd have to say it was Last of Us.
Yeah.
But in terms of something I could just play. That's a tough one.
It's a problem with you. You're the sort of gamers that will go and just go right next.
Yeah,
next,
exactly.
You know.
I like to move on. I mean, I could probably play Darksiders as well. I'd put that in there. I do. I've been back and played that recently, so I'd say Darksiders is a big one for me. I've always really liked that.
I've been playing, Halo 1 on the Master Chief Edition on Legendary recently, and forgotten how much that's a great game.
Yeah, even Battlefront for me, that's one I've been playing a lot over the months, so that's one I'd definitely go back to a lot. So kind of story-wise, definitely The Last of Us, I'd say. And just also kind of Darksiders as well, but for fun, probably things like Battlefront and Battlefront.
I think art direction for me would probably be the Ico or what's their second game? Is it Shadow of the Colossus?
Yeah, Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, I think for me, alright, the story was kind of you had to make up your own, not make it your own, but you slowly piece it together. I think that was a great piece of storytelling in a computer game.
Obviously, Last Guardian's coming this year, which is the third game in the series.
Of course it is.
So that'll be good.
Yeah, one day.
Okay, right, people stop Skyping me now, dogs have stopped barking. What more can we do to make the podcast even more unprofessional? Somebody want to ring me? Hello? Right, okay.
What have you been playing this week then?
I've been playing games.
Street Fighter?
Street Fighter. I played a little bit of that, yeah. Far Cry Prime I've played a lot of, and I'm yawning.
There you go. That's professional, yeah. Keep it up.
Far Cry Primal. I've played it off. We've got loads of videos on our YouTube. But I think I done 2 live streams, and I also done 2 sort of let's play videos where I just play and talk while I'm playing.
Cool.
Hitman Go, I played a lot of. We talked about that in a review. The sort of chess style game where you're sort of trying to get through the level just by avoiding obstacles such as enemies.
And the Division, I think both of us will go on, haven't we?
Yeah, the Division beat as well. That's something else I streamed a few times. I think it's quite good actually. I'm quite looking forward to it. So yeah, I've played quite a bit actually. I've not actually played Battlefront since the new patch. Oh, and I've also played Heavy Rain on PlayStation 4.
Cool.
So I can't really talk about it though because it's embargoed. But it's
Heavy Rain.
Yeah, it's Heavy Rain, so I mean there's nothing I can say to spoil it probably because a lot of people have played it anyway, but it's looking alright.
Cool.
So
it's alright.
It's a game I've got a bit to say about in a review, so I'll leave it to then, I guess.
Well, hold it for that. Obviously, it's still embargoed, so you've got to be careful what you say and things like that. So,
yeah, so what have you been playing?
I haven't played anything because I couldn't get on my console. No joke. Actually, I've been going back a little bit. Like I mentioned, Alien Isolation, trying that on hard. Halo on Legendary. Reviewing wise, I've been playing Goat Simulator for the Xbox One.
That sound like a
Yeah.
goat? Or does that sound like a sheep?
That's quite goaty. I think you get a bit of hair going on the chin as well, very goatee there, yeah. I think that's it, actually. 3 games for a change. I don't think you've sent me much my way. Oh, and the Division, I had a little go at that over the weekend, just to sort of get a feel for it.
I did send you a new game, a digital game to look at today, Screen Cheat.
Screen Cheat. Yeah, I watched the video to that.
Do you know? You've seen it then, so it's kind of like a clever sort of. You need to look at your co-op partner's screen.
The idea reminds me of when I used to play
GoldenEye
or Halo 2 with other people. I was massively guilty of this, and this is why I won a lot, because no one else figured it out for some reason. You know, because it's a co-op screen, I can see where I am, but I can also see where everybody else is. So it's one of those things. Now, I think a few times we had the clever idea of putting a piece of cardboard in the middle of the TV screen.
Yeah.
So you can't see the player, which kind of evened up a little bit. And this game takes that one bit further. I've not played it, so I do apologise to the crew if I got it wrong. But by the looks of it, split screen co-op, 4 people. Your character you actually can't see on the screen, but you can see the other 3 characters. So it looks like you're kind of just moving around in the dark. You can see the 3 other characters as they move around.
Yeah.
And from that, work out where they are and attack them. And it's a first-person arena fight to be by looks of things.
It was quite fun.
PS4, I got it on. I'm sure I'll try and get a bit of streaming on it, actually, see how that works.
Okay.
If it works. Probably in a couple of days, see what you think about it. I don't think there's any embargoes as such, so I'll have a look for you.
We should have fit that under a new feature called What We Will Be Playing.
Yeah, that is there, yeah. That's so be interested to see how that one comes out, actually. It's a clever little idea from an age-old problem on gaming, so yeah, it could be fun.
Yeah, and we've got a few other titles. Witch and 100th Night. We've got another indie title, I think, but I can't remember what it's called. I've got a big list of them. I can't remember. But we've still got quite a few others to cover next week. So yeah, plenty to come in terms of.
But you say there's a lot of stuff coming out as well next week, or actually more March. I think February's quite quiet now, isn't it? I think it's all March, early March.
And now the release schedule for the next few weeks is getting busy in it. We've got Roller Coaster Tycoon World on March 1st. Bus Simulator 2016 on PC. That sounds fun. Okay. I used to pretend I was a bus driver. You're going, that means if I'm weird. When I was about 8 or something, and I had my bike, I used to ride round the block on my bike, pretending I was a bus driver, letting people on and off.
Just giving loads of grief and swearing at when people gave you the right change.
No, I just used to pretend. I used to love doing that. I might have been a bit younger than 8. I don't know. Whatever the age is that you do stuff like that, pretending.
As a young Joe around the streets of Glasgow, is it?
Yeah. There's a few other tips I don't even think.
Last Days of Old Earth, PC.
I wasn't even going to mention it. Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls collection. It's coming.
Cool.
When's that? Next week? 4th March. So that's next week.
Entertainment Europe. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at it.
We'll have a review for that, by the way. Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls collection. If you haven't guessed
Interactive Adventures of Dog Mendoza and Pizza Boy on the PC.
I have no idea what that is.
Well, I recognise that. That's a Dark Horse comic. I recognise the title, but I've no idea what it is as a game. But as a comic, it's interesting.
Could be interesting. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD for Wii U.
Lovely. That's what you want to see. I mean, especially how good the GameCube version was when it was brought over to Wii U. This could be quite a good game to play.
And The Witch and 100th Night Revival Edition, which is basically I've been playing it. It's still embargoed.
Is it embargoed?
Tomorrow.
So I can talk about the PS3 version, but you can't talk about the PS4 version.
Yeah, well, let's just say I've played the PS3 version and I didn't like it very much. How about that?
Stand up for a little bit in the States, not your sort of game.
It's not my sort of game. That's the problem. That's why I don't like it very much, because it's not really my thing.
Yeah, I think that's more like it. Yeah.
It's the sort of thing I'd usually send to you. Let's just say.
I've used it this time around. I'm not reviewing any more JRPGs for a while.
I can't do JRPGs. I don't have the patience. Neither do.
I don't mind a good one. It's just sometimes if you're doing 20 hours before the game's even started and you're going through the same cutscenes and you're thinking, I've played this game before and it's a reissue of a game they released 2 years ago, it gets a bit silly. It's like, I can't play these. I wanted a break from the JRPG, especially this time of year. It gets inundated with them.
Yeah,
So,
my motto when it comes to JRPGs is a bit like life's too short. You know what I mean?
No, there are some really good ones, and there's some companies out there that I think they just knock out probably a few too many.
Yeah,
too similar.
I think you're right. There are some that are quite good actually. To be fair, what was that one? The Xbox Eternal Sonata, I think it was called.
That was good. That was a really good one. Hyperdimension Neptunia games or Hyperdimension games. There's a lot of them, and again, they are the ones that are guilty of just reissuing and re-imaging the same game over and over again. But if you get probably the more recent versions, they are good fun as well.
No, but there are some crackers actually. To be fair, it's just that I think there's some rather. We won't say mundane. What was the word I was looking for? I don't know. Average.
It's lost in translation as well. What is really funny to a market or a different country, to us, it's like, I didn't get it. Yeah, and that is a dangerous thing sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Oh well. Okay, we'll leave it there.
Yeah, so busy week anyway. That's most of those are the next week, aren't they? I think 4th of March.
Yeah, that's it. So I mean, that's it. The show's over. It's not. I was a lot more energetic last week, to be fair. I just messed my head up. Hold on, I can't see you.
You're not even signed off the show yet, and you're already sort of taken down the screen. That's it.
I won't take down the screen. No, I've just done it. I'm not as energetic. I apologise for not being as energetic this week. I had a rather bad hangover on Saturday, and I don't think I've recovered yet.
That's not cool.
Oh,
terrible.
My God, that was the worst.
Because your body's a temple normally, Joe. You polluted it with these intoxicants and antioxidants.
Temple. And now look at me. I'm still suffering days later, and it's a disgrace. So I'm not. I do apologise for not being as energetic, but I'll be back to my normal self next week. I'm sure I will. I'm sure the hangover will be cured.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You can catch us on ShopTo, Twitch every now and then, or on YouTube. Check out the ShopTo website for our news, updates, loads of reviews. Obviously, buy all the games you want from us. There's lots of good games coming out.
Yeah, he's doing it all for me. So there we go. All it's left for me to do is make a crap American accent and go, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.